What's going on, everyone? Aaron here at Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It's Tuesday morning. We are back to mowing this week. Last week was the first week where we enforced curb appeal service, which means we didn't mow, but we did other tasks involving lawn care on all the properties. You know, to keep the property looking good. Now this is one of them that we did. We did this bed last week. It was full of weeds, probably this tall. This whole section was weeds. Right over here was all weeds. And all over here were weeds. All this. So it was basically an entire bed full of weeds. We pulled everything by hand. We spent the same amount of time on the property as we would mowing. We pulled everything by hand, and then we used, that's like Roundup, it's called Spectacle we use, and sprayed like the smaller weeds you can't get to. We also sprayed all the sidewalk and driveway cracks, you know, to kill that growth. And tell you, originally when I first put out the notice that we are now enforcing this, we got a little, even though the people had already signed their service agreements back before we started mowing, when I put that notice out that we're enforcing it now because of the weather, we have had to skip too many weeks, we originally got some pushback. Last week, when I can't even count how many people came out and looked at what we did before we left, and they loved it. Loved it. They couldn't believe how good in 30 minutes we were able to make their property look. We trimmed some bushes as long as we had the time. So yeah, we trimmed some shrubs. We pulled a ton of weeds. We collected and hauled away debris. I mean, in that 1 week I took 3 trips to the dump. So I mean, clearly it's not like we just charged them for nothing. I mean, we were out there killing it. It's way harder than mowing, I'll tell you that much right now. So anyone who says, oh, you know, it's a rip-off that you're doing that, no, we busted our asses and everyone loved it. Even the people who originally gave us some pushback couldn't, you know, they were so happy. We had people who asked us if even if the grass is growing, they said, would you go ahead and devote at least 1 week a month to doing what you just did right now? So yep, it ended great, but it was rough. Robbie, how was last week?
Ass.
Because it was rough, right?
Fuck yeah, it was.
All right, and also I want to show you guys something. Robbie, look at me, let me get a close-up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, right here, when you don't listen to your boss, that's the shit that happens right there. I bet he won't disobey me again out here, because I'll make his other eye look like it. he was tubing with his girlfriend and her little sister. What? So you're hitting like bumps?
Yeah. Just going around, and then fucking big bumps will come and get hit one way, and then get jerked back the other way, and boom.
So you and the little sister's head smacked?
Yeah. She was fine.
How old is she? 12 or 13?
13, I think her birthday is.
She was fine though?
Yeah, I hit like the back of her head. So
oh,
it was,
good.
Like, the worst spot. And I got hit like,
it's pretty good too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it got me good.
Yeah. I've had a few black eyes that look just like that in my day. I've given a few out too, but I've had some. All right, you see, we got Big Zig back out. You know, we're trying to save hours on the zero turn, and I love this mower. So this is the second engagement cable in the past 2 months. It keeps bending here at the plastic. Every time.
Want this lock?
It don't matter. Now this is the cable I ordered from Amazon.
What's that?
This is the cable I ordered from Amazon, and so was the first one that did this. But it looks exactly the same and the same model number as the one I got from the dealer, but the one I got from the dealer did not do that. Difference was 25 bucks, 80 bucks. So am I gonna have to just go get a dealer one? All right, so right now we've been pretty lucky. The rain's holding off. So we're gonna do part of the next route once we're done with this one, as long as it's not raining. Gonna go ahead and work a long day today. See with each day if we get lucky with the weather, and maybe we'll even wrap this week up early. So we've done it before. It really just all depends on the weather. So, because they're calling for rain pretty much all week. See, all this stuff, like you see right here, all this was weeds. All this stuff was weeds. I knocked it out with the trimmer and then sprayed it. Normally I hit it with the trimmer when it's bad, but it's back the next week. So using that spray helped. I sprayed in here for them. Right here, all this was weeds about waist high, some more. We pulled all that. All this grass in here got sprayed. All that last week for curb appeal. These. There's one there, one here. What the hell is that? Well, I sure as hell don't want them in my tires, I know that much. seems like for the last 2 years we've been dealing with construction like this every day, like on the roads where we have customers. All right, well, we're finishing off our day in the rain here. Get to the last two. I know it looks kind of rough on camera, but this yard is actually healing up really nice from the droughts. You'd have to see it in person. Yeah, it's actually healing up really nice from the drought. All right, one more down the street. That quick, look at that. That whole side over there was flooded. All right, so on our way to these last two, started raining. No, it kind of started at the last one before these two, right?
Pretty much.
Not bad, but you know, a little bit.
No.
And then it poured on the way here, but we need it. I mean, I know a lot of regions in the country are going through the same thing, but we're only going 10 houses down. I'm not putting my seatbelt on. I know a lot of regions are going through the same thing, but this has been one of our worst years as far as having a drought. Before yesterday, we got a good, beautiful rain yesterday. We were about 5.5 to 6 inches under our rain average for, you know, inches of rain. So I mean that's significant. That's huge. And because of that, you know, the lawns were looking really, really bad, and that's why we put out that notice that we were now enforcing our curb appeal mowing services. That's, you know, that's the reason we ended up enforcing that and doing it. So we're at the last one. Again, this route initially was set up as a solo route for myself, and giving myself extra time for maintenance and whatnot, but being the position we've been in, We've just been doing the route and then doing extras. Today we did a lot extra. As long as we get tomorrow's route plus an additional 4 done, which shouldn't be hard at all, and get through the possibility of rain tomorrow, we're going to be able to wrap this thing up in 3 days. A very, very full 3 days. Tomorrow is Robbie's birthday, but he has an appointment for something on Friday. He may be going back to college, which is good, but the timing of it might suck. And you know, if he goes back and it's in the end of August, he might only be able to work 1 or 2 days a week, and I don't know if that'll be enough for me to be able to get through the routes as a whole. So I don't know what sort of adjustments I'm gonna have to make. I'll tell you this much: I'm not hiring someone. I do not want to go through the bullshit, you know, of hiring someone. It's just what it is. Dealing with people calling off, not showing up, breaking your shit. I don't want to do it.